I think Indigenous Rising is important for students at the new school because when I was in undergrad, I was the only Indigenous student. I had no community and I had to kind of figure out how to be in that world. Having a community of people, especially Indigenous people, is so vital, I think, to keeping the culture alive.
Chokma. Hi, my name is Luke Davis, and I am a proud member of the Chickasaw Nation. The idea for Indigenous Rising came about when I was a program administrator for the School of Fashion, where I met Sariah Park, who had created the course Indigenous Fashion. And with a couple of Indigenous students, we realized that there wasn't a community here.
It was around commencement and all the student affinity groups were gathering, and my Indigenous students pointed out that there was no affinity group for our Native students here at the new school. So Luke Davis and I got together, brainstormed, and decided to kind of create this organization to create a sense of community, also celebrate all of our unique cultures.
Both her and I were students here at the new school, Parsons particularly, and had a hard time finding that sense of community and belonging. So I think with Indigenous Rising, we're forming what we wish we had had as students for the students that are now present.
Luke Davis approached me one day and he asked if I was an Indigenous student because I was doing a lot of work with Indigenous issues, specifically with my own tribe. My thesis project, I'm taking this camera that I made on a road trip to places significant to my family and my tribe throughout the northern Midwest. I think it's important for incoming students, specifically Indigenous students, to have a connection to what makes them comfortable with their Indigenous identity. And I'm trying to find that through my thesis, and I'm trying to find that through Indigenous Rising, and I think that's really important.
Because we are new, it is a little bit of a slower build as we get Indigenous Rising introduced to the new school, and we're so excited that our inaugural guest speaker was Leslie Hampton, exciting fashion designer.
Having Indigenous artists and fashion designers take up space at an incredible school like Parsons is so important because it allows us to decolonize these spaces that have been so Eurocentric for so long, and it allows those authentic stories to be told directly from the source. My collections are inspired by my community, from my friends and my family, and I want every collection to have a basis of mental health awareness, body positivity, and authentic representation. I really see representation as a form of harm reduction, and if we can see ourselves represented in amazing spaces like fashion and design, it'll do incredible for our mental health and for our body image.
One of the major highlights for me happened last May. We decided to hold a commencement ceremony for our Indigenous grads. I created these unique stoles for them, going off of the ribbons from the ribbon skirt, but translating that into the stole, also using the medicine wheel colors for them, so they really stood out at graduation and gave them a sense of pride. They were also presented with a prayer feather, which was really special. So to be able to create that moment for them was really special.
A piece of advice I would give to students is to surround yourself with incredible community members. I love the quote that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I really think that is a great way to build up your community and build up those support figures around you.
My vision for the future of the group was that I really hope that this expands and broadens across not only the university, but creates kind of an outreach program to the Native communities across Turtle Island so that we are able to kind of bring more Indigenous students here to the new school so they feel like there is already an established community here for them and that we're ready to welcome them.
I think what I'm most excited about and want to encourage students who are interested is to reach out. And so we're here and we're proud to be here and we welcome you. So please join.